A recent Department of Labor report showed the fewest jobless claims since 1973. Think of that, 1973. We just had a report. We have the fewest jobless claims. Our stock market just hit another record high. It's the highest it's ever been in history by far. We've created about $5.4 trillion only in stock market value. $5.4 trillion. And we're very happy about it. And a lot of jobs. We have the lowest job number since, I believe, 16 to 17 years, Wilbur. Right?
Yes, and that's
lowest unemployment. We're doing really well.
President Trump, again, touting the booming economy and rising stock market, but is manufacturing and the job outlook as good as we've been hearing? Back to discuss is Robert Wolf, along with Eric Schiffer, Patriarch Organization Chairman and CEO, and Reputation Management Consultants Chairman. Eric, let me start with you. I found it interesting during Sarah Huckabee's press conference with reporters today. Someone challenged her on the economy and suggested that the stock market is not a reflection of Main Street, despite the fact that a company like Caterpillar said, hey, we created 2,800 jobs last quarter.
Well, I think that that's interesting. Look, the economy, there's a direct correlation with the economy, and that's how the stock market works. And certainly we're seeing incredible numbers. I think you're going to see 3% in the fourth quarter. Wages are starting to grow. So for all of the naysayers who are saying, well, this isn't reflecting in the wages, it's actually increasing above inflation. I think that's going to be greater. There's some people in America that would rather drink antifreeze than admit that this is a very real and strong economy. And that's sad. Now, there are people that are still not tracking with it. Sure. And I think that that's very real, too. But overall, this looks very good, and I think it's going to get better, Charles. I really do.
Yeah, Robert, the $5.4 trillion, that same reporter sort of dismissed that out of hand, saying only 50% of Americans are in the market. I think those 50% are pretty happy about it. And the other 50%, there are some ancillary benefits.
Let me just start. I don't drink antifreeze, although I think a bunch of your viewers
I don't know what you were drinking in the green room, but
they wouldn't mind if I drank antifreeze. Listen, I respectfully disagree with the gentleman that just made those comments. I don't think that the stock market is a gauge for how people feel they are doing. Okay.
But feeling and doing are two different things sometimes.
No, I understand. And listen, the stock market went up incredibly strong over the Obama years, maybe from a different base, but it went up, on 15+% per year basis. It's all about where wages are and where jobs are. The housing market still has not come back from the recession. That being said, people don't have the mobility they had to move. Healthcare, more expensive. So I would just say that people are feeling better, but the glass is half full. It's not fully full.
The needle has moved, though.
I would absolutely agree. The needle has moved. We're growing at a better pace, but we're not at 3% pace. 3% came at one quarter. The last unemployment numbers were not that great. Okay, and they just weren't great, the last unemployment numbers. You know that.
The last employment data, we'll put an asterisk next to it because we had a couple of hurricanes, right?
There's always a reason.
There's not always a reason. There's not always a reason. I think, Eric, I think we all look at the data, right? This is what we do for a living, and we study it, and we try to understand it, and also we listen to corporate America. I heard major companies and American-based domestic companies say that, hey, we're raising our guidance for the rest of the year. We see strong momentum for the rest of the year. The CEO of Pulte Homes said first-time buyers are stepping up to the plate. I'm listening to what they're saying. These aren't surveys. These are people who are proxies for our economy, and they're telling me and they're telling the world that we're doing pretty good.
Absolutely, Charles. Look, I hear what your guest is saying, and certainly feelings are one thing, but facts are another. And from a factual standpoint, things are definitely improving, far better than what I believe people that are feeling certain ways are actually really, if you're being true to the numbers,
let me jump in because we're out of time.
so,
I want to give Robert the last word here because
I'm not saying things are not better.
Right.
I'm saying they're not where the market says they are.
How do we get?
If tax reform does not come through, tell me where you think the market's going to go.
But if it comes through, you think that this newfound prosperity will spread to other parts?
I think
to the
that's
rest
a
of the
better thing.
country?
But it also who's going to be the next head of the Fed? Are we going to keep rates low? There's a lot of things that go into the economy. It's not just the stock
What
market.
about the folks who aren't feeling it yet? Do you think that if we are indeed growing, and I think there are certainly enough signs to show, people used to call them green shoots. I think it's better than that. Does it eventually spread to the rest of the country?
You know, the answer, you hope, yes. But the truth is, with this technological revolution, we need to skill our people a lot differently.
Yeah.
We just do. As you know, we have a drone company.
Yeah.
We're displacing people in the field.
Well, that's a whole different discussion. I mean, honestly, if I ran for president, I'd try to do it on a 10-year plan, and nobody would vote for me. All right, guys, thanks a lot.